All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And I haven't done a video this week because I have been on vacation and I've been taking care of things around the house that I have not been able to take care of up until this point. And so I had to get some things taken care of. But I had to stop in to do a video today. I will have a regular DC update tomorrow. And then I believe on Saturday I will finally have the video coming out talking about what my 50 for 50 initiative is. But we now know who is going to acquire Warner Brothers. It was just announced. So we're going to jump in and take a look at who won, who got the winning bid. And then we're going to go back and look at what I've grabbed throughout the week. And it's going to lead us up to what I'm about to show you. So let's take a look at who won Warner Brothers. So here it is, coming directly from Variety. It's over. Netflix declines to raise the bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. So it is now over. It does appear as if Warner Brothers will be owned by Paramount because Netflix did not come to play ball. And I told you guys in my previous video that David Zaslav was hoping for a bidding war. And this was far from a bidding war because all you had was Netflix come in and offer one amount, and then Zaslav was waiting for everybody else to come up to that. Well, finally, as of earlier today, Paramount did raise its bid above what Netflix was offering. And so that's what the board decided to go for. And I told you at the end of this, it was not about politics. It was going to be who offered the most money. And the only way that Paramount could take this over is if Netflix officially declined. And they did. And so it does appear as if Paramount will be taking over Warner Brothers. And I'm going to talk about my feelings behind this at the very end of the video. But we're going to look at what was posted this week leading up to this. So the last thing that I posted was from Variety, and it talked about how Warner Brothers staffers favored Netflix acquiring Warner Brothers Studio rather than Paramount because of David Ellison's right-leaning beliefs. And what's crazy about this is I told you at the end of the day, David Zaslav doesn't care about the politics. He doesn't care about anybody's views. He cares about the money. And again, this was an outlet. Obviously, they're not going to side with Warner Brothers or with Paramount because Variety is far from right-leaning. They're about as left as you can get. And so obviously they were going to put this propaganda out there to try and sway the public. But this was the last thing I showed you, and I told you in that video, David Zaslav doesn't care about the politics of it. But we're going to see what transpired over the week. First up, this came from Bloomberg. The Justice Department's investigation of Netflix's proposed $72 billion takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery includes scrutiny of whether the streaming giant's behavior wields anti-competitive leverage over creators. Now, this may have had a little bit to do with what happened here at the end, because they did open a Department of Justice investigation into Netflix on whether this was going to be the right move or not. And I could tell you at the end of the day, Netflix would rather not deal with all of this. And because Paramount offered more money, Netflix said, we have to bow out. I did read earlier today that Netflix was going to have to officially bow out before they could legally sell to Paramount. Today's announcement has paved the way. But this isn't the only thing that happened over the last week. Coming from IGN, Warner Brothers is headed back into buyout talks with Paramount, despite already agreeing to a sale with Netflix, a move that the streaming giant has begrudgingly agreed to while issuing an irritated-sounding statement. So, yes, Netflix thought they had it in the bag, okay, that this was a done deal. But I told everybody in my last video, until papers are signed, nothing is a done deal. And I told you that this window was open like this because Zaslav wanted a bidding war, which he really didn't get. It was just one, the other, and it's over. So we didn't really get a bidding war. Not in the sense that David Zaslav was hoping for. It's just the fact that out of the two companies, Netflix bowed out and Paramount is going to take it. So this was the last thing that I grabbed before today's announcement. It says the board of Warner Brothers Discovery, with the permission of Netflix, opened a 7-day window to talk with Paramount about an improved sale offer. That discussion period ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Insiders tell Variety that Paramount's revised offer for Warner Brothers Discovery will likely come in at $32 a share, which did raise it above the bid of what Netflix was offering. Right after that, Warner Brothers Discovery did come out and say Paramount has raised its bid to $31 per share, a move that could reasonably be expected to result in a company's superior proposal over Netflix's offer. And that's exactly what happened. All right, guys, so there you have it. It does look like the official owner of Warner Brothers is going to be Paramount. And I told everybody at the beginning, and I know I keep saying it, but I have to keep saying it, there were so many people out there telling you it was going to go one way or another, and I said anybody who said that does not know what is going to happen, and here we are. So I had reservations about either of these companies owning it. Netflix does not favor theatrical releases. They were, not just theatrical releases, but physical home media releases. I am a physical media collector, big time. I'm even taking some of my Blu-ray collections and my 4Ks, and I've been building up my Plex media server and ripping those things directly to my media server. And the studio cannot come and take those discs away from you. And so I like owning these things in my hand. And with Netflix, there's no guarantee that that is ever going to happen, okay? They did say that they would stick to the theatrical releases, but they did talk about shortening some of those windows. Not always the best move, depending upon what the movie is. But there were, outside of that, Zack Snyder has had a very good relationship with Netflix. Anybody who tells you otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. So many people have told you that all of his projects were canceled over there. The only project that was officially canceled over there was his animated program, I forget what the name of it was, that came out about 2 years ago and never got a second season, and they said they canceled that. They never officially canceled anything else. Zack Snyder's exclusive contract with them ran out, but he still has a very good working relationship with them. There were hints that Netflix would have revived the Snyderverse, but now we're never going to know that. So let's talk about Paramount now. Paramount, I have some issues with as well. I was hoping that with someone coming in like the Ellisons, that they would have been able to clean up some of the stuff that is going on within movie making today. There are a lot of agendas out there that a lot of the investors are pushing upon the public, whether the public wants it or not, and they're only giving the money to the studios if they do what the investors say. The Ellisons have a chance to correct a little bit of that. Now, what they've done is what I really like is that they're going back to the basics with Transformers. They're bringing Michael Bay back to do another Transformers movie. They're bringing Dexter back. Dexter Resurrection, one of the best shows I watched last year, is now going to be getting a second season and continuing probably beyond that because they know that that is what the public wants. Stuff with Star Trek. The worst rated Star Trek show that has ever been released came out just over the last couple of months. It was slammed by the public to no end. It was a mockery. The Ellisons let this happen, but they did it for a purpose. They wanted to show you this stuff is not going to fly with the public. They have promised to clean house. Now, whether they do that or not is a whole other story. Now, the thing I don't agree with is how they want to manipulate. The main reason they wanted Warner Brothers, and this is where things come into play that I'm worried about, is the only reason they really wanted Warner Brothers was for CNN and the upcoming elections. When it comes to movies, I'm not into the whole political thing. I don't care about the political thing when it comes to movies. I would like the politics taken out of movies. I don't want this side versus this side. I don't want to see it in films. Films are supposed to be a relief from real life. We get enough of that crap in real life. I really hope that the Ellisons keep their eye on the ball and understand what they just picked up. I don't know if that is going to happen or not. Nobody knows if that is going to happen or not. I just hope that James Gunn's days are numbered down there at Warner Brothers. Again, I tell people this all the time. He was the guy that brought in necrophilia into the DC universe. He's the one that brought orgies into the DC universe. And all of this into people's homes. Disgusting. Not becoming of the DC brand, period. And so people could say, hey, those were rated R programs. You could say that you could say that all you want. It doesn't mean that it was right for the property. And it wasn't. And I'm really hoping that his days are numbered down there. He is not posting on social media nearly as much. But I will be back tomorrow with a regular DC update with all the stuff that I've grabbed over the last week. And then I said over the weekend I will do my 50 for 50 initiative that I could use everybody's help with. So look for that video coming this weekend as well. That will be a short one, but I will be back with my regular DC update tomorrow. If you guys like today's video, please take the time to hit the like button. The algorithm needs it. Like the video, and if you're so inclined, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified as new videos go up. We will see you guys on the next one.